Look at this right here. This is Exodus. Verse 18. Chapter 18. I don't know what it, I ripped the pages out, y'all. It's probably like verse 13, 15, something like that. But anyway, it said, I make known the status of God and his laws. So Moses' father-in-law said to him, the thing that you do is not good. Both you and these people who are with you will surely wear yourselves out, for this thing is too much for you. You are not able to perform it by yourself. Listen now to my voice. I will give you counsel, and God will be with you. Stand before God for the people, so that you may bring the difficulties to God, and you shall teach them the status or the statutes and the laws, and show them the way in which they must walk and the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, of rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, of rulers of tens, and let them judge the people at all times. Then it will be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they themselves shall judge. So it will be easier for you, for they will bear the burden with you if you do this thing, and God so commands you. Then you will be able to endure, and all the people will also go to their place in peace. So Moses heeded the voice of God, of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers over thousands, rulers over hundreds, rulers over fifties, rulers over tens. So they judged the people at all times. The hard cases they brought to Moses, but they judged every small case themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way to his own land. This is the congruism. This is what I was telling y'all. This is what I'm going through. This is what you're going through with those of you in prison, those of you in the depth of solitude, those of you who are stuck in the dark night of the soul, those of you who are forced in the dark night of the soul, those of you who are stuck in the dark night of the soul. This is what it's talking about. This is what it's talking about. This is congruent. This is the mechanical mechanism. This is even how they probably started to begin to get the physical laws out of the spiritual laws right here. All right, now what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that Moses, let's just say Moses' father-in-law said to him, okay, Moses' father-in-law knew it. Moses was trying to battle battles he couldn't battle himself. Despite how tough he felt he was, he might have had an attitude, he might have had a certain way he react to things. He still had a lot growing to do. But anyway, it's like us today going against mountains. Who are the mountains? These organizations. The mountains is the organization. Who are the mountains? These palaces. The mountains is gangs, cults. The mountains is things that's overly whamming great. And for us to go battle these mountains by ourselves would be foolish. But to battle it with God is genius. How do you battle it with God? You give it to God. And that's what it's talking about. Give it all to God. Pray. and let the I'm gonna judge the greater things as well as the smallest things. And in other words, even when things come to you, the troublesome time that these people send to you is such a small scale you can deal with. Now it's like, okay, instead of these organizations over you, these mountains against you, and you feeling like you ain't got nobody, now you got God. Them mountains got the physical justice system. They got everything of the physical. But now you got the universe on your side. You got the spiritual justice system on your side. The only thing is with this situation is you must walk in faith. You must believe that you have God. You must know that you have God. And once you realize that you got God, all the mountains done been overturned right then and there. Because see, this is God's game. This is God's world. They owned by God as well. So God gonna reform them to listen to you. But you gotta walk with God. This is that Congress. You gotta give it to God. So how you give it to God? I just said it, but you gotta give it to God. You have to give it to God by praying and meditating and elevating. That's how you give it to God. That's living in faith. That's having faith in God. You got the whole world against you. You stressed out to the T. You wanna cry. You wanna kill yourself. You wanna do whatever it takes. You wanna just get rid of yourself. You're overwhelmed with fear. When you give it to God, you won't be overwhelmed with fear, even if all the mountains are still against you. And as they tread towards you, as they come in on you, you still feel even more and more safe and more secure because you got God. So this is the congruism within inside. And you done cleanse yourself. You know that these mountains are against you. So you're not sharing your DNA. It ain't like Jesus was telling people, you can't have sex no more, you can't do this, you can't do that. He was saying you just ain't doing it the right way. And since you ain't doing it the right way and these mountains are against you, they're going to win against you. Even if you have your own army by your weight, it don't matter. It don't matter, you're going to lose. You're going to lose regardless. You get what I'm saying? Because these mountains come up against you, this pressure come up against you, so you would bend to God. You know what I'm saying? So you would give yourself to God. So you would start noticing and believing and understanding again that there is a God. Because a lot of us walk and talk about God and act like we know God, but we really don't live in God. We really don't believe in God like we act like we believe in God. We must realize that there is a God. So these kind of trials and tribulations will reboot your mind to let you know that there is a divine, there is a God. That's what this is. So what is the how you tap into the congregation? You pray, you meditate, you cleanse your inside. Like if I can eat normal, I wouldn't eat bad at all. You know what I'm saying? But since I can't eat normal, I eat what I can, and I just eat portions. Which, in other words, it gives my body enough time to filter it all out. Because all of the sugar, all of the yeast, all of that stuff, the poison that we put in our body is not completely being filtered out because we haven't been eating right in a long time. Some by design. Because these people who designed this know they playing God. And they saying, we need people to die. That ain't never been your choice. That ain't never been man's choice. God love it when you let God play God. God don't like it when you play God. So they said we need people to die. Let's put this in the food. That's GMO in the food. Let's put this glue in the food. Let's put all this in the food. So when the food go inside of you, and even though you digest inside, some of y'all can even eat right, but somehow the food inside still don't digest right. The reason why the food don't digest right because they put these chemicals in the food or where they stick to your intestines inside. And while they stick it to your intestines inside, over time, your intestines is like the pipelines in your house. They get filled up with mucus and mildew and all that stuff. And so the food can barely go around it. And since the food can't go around it, the food is not going down. And since the food is not going down, the food is turning into cancer inside you. And that's why you be dying. Amen. Amen.